Alright, here's how to remove the door panel from a Chevrolet truck. This is a 1995 model. If your truck looks like this will work. I'm going to be putting in stereo speaker as well. Pry downwards and then pull at it from the top. This really feels like it's breaking it. There we go. Now that sounded like it was breaking it, and it actually, 1, 2, 3. These 3 are fine, even though they sounded like they were breaking it. And the front one, I've done this on both doors, and I broke it both times. So good luck with that one. Down in here, you're going to find a couple of screws that are going to come out. All right, now we're going to pry off this little sail piece. They say to pry it towards you, and it requires a substantial amount of force. I've found though that if you just pull up on it, rather than pulling this out, you just pull up on it and then it pulls up nice and easy, and you can just snap it back down when you're done. At the window controls, you pry up at the back and pull it backwards. So just get a grip on it, pull it up backwards. Going to find a bunch of electrical connectors here. All right, let's go over this together. So on this one, the back one, you want to stick a screwdriver in here to press down on it because it gets caught right here. On this one, side one, you want to stick a screwdriver in here and compress this little wing so it grabs on right here. So you stick a screwdriver in there to move it out of the way. On this one, there's a grabber right here that you want to pry up with the screwdriver that grabs onto this little hook. And this one is pretty easy. There's just a thing you push down. All right, now this is the scary part. We're going to pry around it, finding all the connectors, and just pry really hard and pop them off. It's going to sound like they're breaking, and some of them actually will be breaking, but they're really in there tight. So it's hooked in right here at the top, so we're going to start at the bottom, just popping them loose. So I slide around. You can use a putty knife and a rag if you don't have special tools. So I'm starting at the bottom and sliding around until I feel a place where it stops on one, and then I pull. There we go. And then just lift them up to take them out. If you have a light when the door's open, then you'll have to unplug that light while you're removing this. How'd we do? Not bad. Most of them are still intact. What it should look like is this, but you can see some of them, the pegs didn't come out. The heads broke off of the pegs, and that's going to happen because it's 20-year-old plastic. Most of them came out, but on these few, I'm going to have to either go and shop for new parts or just put it in without it. They don't sell them at the regular auto parts store with all the other auto body parts stuff, so you'll have to find it somewhere. You know, maybe even go to the Chevy dealer to get it. Here's a close-up look at it. It's a little ridged, pointy thing with a round cap that hooks onto the door, and then it just goes into these holes. Pressure fits. Behold the stock speaker that's made out of cardboard. We're going to replace it with this Rockford Fosgate Prime 6.5. I think it was 35 or 40 bucks for a pair. I'm going to have to drill some holes to install it. The old speaker's in there, just kind of pry loose opportunity. So you just pry in here, pop it out, swing it. All right, so we need to drill some mounting holes. So I'm going to put the speaker in and mark them, but there are some things you should consider. For example, if I drill down here, I'm going to have to also go through the door skin here. So I probably want to make them like here, 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 here. But then if we look back here, that's my window motor. So if I drill into that, then I can't use my windows anymore. All right, here's what I ended up doing, using the clips that came with the speakers, drilling holes, 4 of them. And you also want to make sure that the window doesn't come down and hit your speaker, that it's not too deep. Right, now that it's mounted, I turn it on and make sure that it works. And then I'm going to put duct tape around it to seal all the holes to make it sound even better. There you go, my professional, brilliant duct tape job. All right, getting your door ready to go back in, make sure that all of the little connectors are in their places and none of them have slipped out. And then remember, you're going to have to plug your light back in before you snap it all together. All right, so now we just snap it back into place. Again, I'm going to plug my light in before I do anything else. I'm going to make sure that my electrical connectors can be reached through the hole in the door. And then hook the top part down and kind of guide the top pegs into their proper holes. So again, let's check this from the side. So looking at it from the side, you can see I want to go in with my fingers and just make sure that all of these pegs are lined up with their holes. Like this one I need to move over and get in the hole. Now that they're all in the holes, my electrical connectors are fed out of their holes. So everything's lined up. Now we just start pushing them in. And put your 2 screws back in here and here. All right, I'm going to put the sail piece back on. Just hook this over this. Plug in my tweeter. And plug in all my other electrics. Click. 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 Alright, those are all plugged in. We hook the front end in, hook the front end with the speaker under, and then the rest of it will just kind of follow and snap down. And this part that was such a scary thing to take off goes on pretty easy. There we go. All done. New speakers. No one even can tell that I was in there.